Welcome to week 3 of our fourth quarter. And the lesson that we're going to discuss today is all about law of sine. The objectives. First, illustrate the law of sine. Second, use the concept of the sum of the measures of interior angles is 180 degrees in finding the missing one angle. Last, apply the formula of sine in finding the missing part of an oblique triangle. Definition of terms. When we say oblique triangle, it is a triangle that does not contain any right angle. When we say right angle, the triangle consists at least 90 degrees. So the oblique triangle can be classified into two, such as acute triangle, a triangle whose angles are less than 90 degrees. So we can say that 60 by 60 by 60 degrees triangle is an acute triangle because this measurement does not contain any angle that is greater than 90 degrees. Let's proceed to another type of oblique triangle, obtuse triangle. Now it is a triangle whose one of the angles is more than 90 degrees. Only one angle is greater than 90 degrees, starting from 91 up to 179 degrees. Alright? So when we show a number or an angle measures 91 up to 179 degrees, therefore the given triangle is an obtuse. When we say law of sine, it is easy to follow and very useful in solving oblique triangles when you know the following information. So the two angles and one side. So this is the SAA case and ASA case or ASA case. So the given here are two angles and one side. Let's proceed to another given. Two sides and an angle opposite one of these sides or the SSA case. Remember these three: SAA, ASA, and SSA case in solving using the law of sine. So our given must be two angles and one side or two sides and one angle. Alright? So it is not possible or it's impossible to solve the measurements of a side of a triangle if the given are three angles only, or it is impossible to solve the measurement of an angle if the given are all three sides only. It must be combination of a side and an angle. The given must be combination of at least one side and two angles, side and two angles, or two sides and one angle. So the line of sine can be described by the relation sine A over A is equal to sine B over B, sine C over C, where the capital letter here stands for the angle or theta. Angle or theta is just the same. And the small letters here, such as A, B, C, that is corresponds to the sides of a triangle opposite to the given theta. This A is opposite to the given theta A, B is also opposite to angle B, and C is opposite of the angle C, as illustrated in the triangle below. And this formula can be written in an inverse form, or it can be A over sine A over A, B over sine B is equivalent to C over sine C. So let's illustrate how did we find this formula. So this is A, angle A, and the opposite to angle A is this side. So we are going to write a small letter for A, for the capital A, for you to easily remember the side that corresponds to the angle A. Another, for angle B, the opposite of angle B is this side. And you are going to write a small letter for B because the side opposite the angle B is this side. And lastly, the angle C, the opposite side to that angle is this side. So we can write a small letter C in front of the capital C, which is the angle opposite to this side. So that's how we describe the law of sine. So let's apply that in solving the missing parts of triangle ABC on the right side. Now let's apply the law of sine in finding the missing parts of triangle ABC on the right. And this triangle shows the SAA case. S stands for the angle, and S stands for the side of the triangle, and these two A's stands for the angles of the triangle. Side is here, and our given here is the angle and the other angle. So we have side, angle, and angle, or SAA case. So our given here for angle A is 42.1, angle C is 70, and for side A, or opposite side of angle A, measures 6 units. So the question here is, what is the measure of C? So we're going to make an illustration of our proportionality here using the law of sine. So let's write down the formula. So we have sine A over A, sine B over B, sine C over C. Please be careful in writing these letters. If you write small letters, therefore, these are the measurements of the side, and the capital A, B, and C are the measures of the angles. In choosing which ratio you should use, you have to consider our given. So our given consists of angle A, side A, and C. Therefore, you're going to use the ratio which has A and C. So let's write down sine A over A and sine C over C. We only need these two parts of the law of sine formula because we are just looking for the value of C here. So after that, substitute our given. So the capital A here corresponds to angle. Therefore, sine A, angle A is 42 over A. The small letter A here is 6 equals sine C. Angle C is 70. Next, side C is missing, question mark. So let's write that as C also. Alright, so now you have to prepare your calculator in finding the value of sine 42 and sine 70. Alright, so let's start in solving the value of C. So find the value of sine 42 using your calculator, and that is 0.669 and so on, divided by 6 equals the value of sine 70, that is 0.939 over C. Plus, you can cross multiply your given here. Alright, so to solve for C, you have to cross multiply C here. Therefore, it is 0.669 C equals, cross multiply 6 here. Therefore, it is 6 times 0.939. Alright, so let's multiply 6 and 9.939. The answer is 5.638. And we have here 0.669. Now, to eliminate the number beside C, you have to divide both sides by 0.669 to eliminate the number beside C. So we already have C here. And let's divide 5.638 into 0.669. So we can get the value 8.42. Alright. C here is equivalent to 8.42. Alright, so that's how you're going to solve for the missing measurement of this triangle in SAA Case. Let's proceed in solving the measure of angle B. So angle B is here. By the way, do you know the total measure of interior angles of a triangle? Very good. That is 180 degrees. It means that angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equivalent to 180 degrees. And as you can notice, we only have here two given of angles and angle B is missing. So we have to add 42, which is the value of angle A, plus angle B that is missing, plus the measure of angle C that is 70 degrees and equals 180 degrees. So add 42 and 70 degrees. 42 plus 70 degrees. The answer is 112 degrees. Plus angle B equals 180 degrees. Now, applying the addition property of equality. So, angle B is equivalent to 180 subtracted by 112 degrees. So, subtract 180 degrees and 112. Therefore, angle B is equivalent to 68 degrees. Alright, so we already have an answer for angle B, which is 68 degrees. So to check if your answer is correct, you have to add these three angles. Alright, so we have CE plus 42 plus 70 degrees. It must be equivalent to 100 degrees. 68 plus 42, the answer is 110 plus 70, the answer is 180 degrees equals 180 degrees. Therefore, our answer is correct. Now, let's solve for the segment B. Let's recall our answer in angle B. Angle B, our answer is 68 degrees. So, the given that we need here is this one for B, and any pair that has complete given for the measurement of side. Since the answer for C is in decimal form, I prefer to use A, the ratio of A, equivalent to the ratio of B. So in form, sine A over A is equivalent to sine B over B. Alright, after that, substitute our given. For sine A is 42 degrees, and the side that is opposite to angle A, that is 6. For sine B, the angle for sine B is 68 degrees, and B is missing. Alright, so let's cross multiply. Or before we cross multiply, we can find the value first of sine 42 and sine 68 using your scientific calculator. Or you can cross multiply first. It's up to you. But in the end, we can have the same answer. Alright? So let's try the cross multiplication first. So we have sine 42 times b. Just cross multiply b to this side. So we have sine 42 times b equals. Cross multiply 6 here. So we have sine 68 times 6. Alright, so using your calculator, solve for sine 42. The value of sine 42 is 0.669 times b equals the value of sine 68. The answer is 0.927. So using your calculator, you can get this value. Alright, then times 6. So the answer is 9.927 times 6. The answer is 5.563. Next, you cannot multiply this one, 0.669 b. All you have to do is to divide both sides by 0.669 to eliminate or cancel this number to solve for b. So divide this side into 0.69 and also the other side. So let's divide into 0.669. So we can get the answer 8.36. So this is the measure of b. Measure of b is 8.30. Right, so that is for SAA case. Let's proceed to ASA case. Given two angles and one side. So this is the angle, side, and angle, or ASA or ASA case. So given the two angles and one side, let us solve for the measure of angle C here. So only given that we have here is the measure of angle A, which is 60 degrees, angle B, which is 40 degrees. And we can now solve for the measure of angle C here because we already have two given of angles in one triangle here. And we all know that the total measure of interior angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. And we can now add 60 plus 40 plus angle C, which is missing. So 60 plus 40, by the way, 60 is the measure of angle A and 40 is the measure of angle B, and angle C is missing. Alright, let's add 60 and 40, that is equivalent to 100. Plus angle C equals 180 degrees. Don't forget to write the degrees because these are angles. Now, to solve for angle C by applying the addition property of equality, so from positive 100, it will become minus 100 by 80e. So 180 minus 100, the answer is 80 degrees. Therefore, angle C is 80 degrees. So what can you say about this triangle? Is it an acute, obtuse, or a right triangle? So the measurements are 80, 60, and 40. It has none of this triangle angle measures 90 degrees. Therefore, it is not a right triangle. And none of the three angles measures more than 90 degrees. Therefore, it is not obtuse triangle. And as you can notice, all of the measurements of the angles are less than 90 degrees. Therefore, we can see that given triangle here is an acute triangle. Alright? Let's proceed to another. Let us solve for A. Since C is already solved, that is 80 degrees, we can now solve for the measure of angle A because the ratio of C is already complete. we already have here sine C over C. Since we are looking for A, of course, we are going to use the ratio of sine A over A. After that, look for the given. For sine C, angle C is 80 degrees, and the side that is opposite to angle C is 7, this one, equals sine A, it is 60 degrees, therefore sine 60 degrees over A. Since A is missing, just write down A. Alright, cross multiply A to sine 80, therefore it's A times sine 80 equals, cross multiply 7 to this side, therefore it will become 7 times sine 60 degrees. So after that, get the value of sine 80 using your calculator, and we can get the value of 0.984. Let's proceed to sine 60. Sine 60 is equivalent to 0.866. Alright, multiply this 2 because they are both numbers. So 7 times 0.866, the answer is 6.0662. And on the other side, we have A times 0.984. So to eliminate this number beside A, you have to divide both sides by 0.984. Also the other side 0.984, so that we can cancel this one and we can now get the value of A. So divide 6.062 into 0.984. The answer is 6.16. That is the measure of A. Alright, so we already have the value for A, which is 6.16 minutes. And last, so to complete the measurement of the parts of this triangle, we have to solve for B. Again, the measure of C here is 80 degrees. Let's recall the measurement of A, that is 6.16. And we only have here one missing part of this triangle, which is B. So it's up to you if you're going to use the ratio of C or the ratio of A to solve for B. But I prefer to use the ratio of C because it is full number. But we can arrive at the same answer if you're going to use the ratio of A against the ratio of B, which is the value which we're going to solve. So let's write down the ratio of C. So we have sine C over C equivalent to our missing. To solve for B, of course, you have to take, you don't have any choice, but you have to take this ratio to solve for the missing measurement of B. So this is sine B over B. So sine C, the value of angle C is 80 degrees over the value of side opposite to angle C, that is 7, equals sine B. Angle B is 40 over B, which is missing. Alright, let's cross multiply B into sine 80. So we have times B equals 7 times sine 40. Just cross multiply 7 here and then B here. Alright, after that, get the value of sine 80 using your scientific calculator. Sine 80 is equivalent to 0.984 multiplied to B. Next, get the value of sine 40. Sine 40 is 0.643. If your answer is not yet final, you can use the full decimal place here or at least 3 decimal places. Alright, since they are both numbers, we can now multiply 7 and 0.643 and we can get the answer 4.499. And then on the other side, we have 0.984 times p. Now, to eliminate the number beside p or to solve for b, we have to divide both sides by 0.984 to cancel this one, and we can get b. And on the other side, divide by 0.984, and we can get the answer for b, which is 4.57. Alright, so we already complete the measurement of the parts of this triangle. For b, we already solved the measurement of this side, which is 4.57. Let's proceed to another case using the law of sine. In SSA case, given 2 sides and 1 angle. So in this case, so we have here side, and 1 angle or SSA case. So given 2 sides and 1 angle, we have for the side A 10, side C 19. For angle C, that is 120 degrees. Now let us solve for the angle A. Alright, so as you can see, our given here is 1A and 2C. So we're going to use sine A over A equals sine C over C. Since A is missing, so we're not going to write anything here aside from sine A, and the value of A is 10, this one, 10, and then sine C, angle C here is 120 degrees. By the way, what kind of triangle is shown in this figure? Very good, it is obtuse triangle. Because 120 degrees is greater than 90 degrees. Therefore, it is obtuse triangle. Alright, so the side that is opposite to angle C is 19. Alright, so after that, just follow the steps or any properties of ratio and proportion. So we can cross multiply 19 and sine A, and then cross multiply 10 here. So we have 10 sine 120 degrees. So multiply or get the value of sine 120 by pressing it into your calculator. So the value of sine 120 is 0.866. So in this part, you cannot press this one because angle A is missing. So just write it down. Alright, so to eliminate the number beside sine A, so the number beside sine A is 19. So we have to divide both sides by 19. So we can cancel these and we can get the value of sine A. Alright, so multiply this one. You have 10 times 0.860. The answer is 8.66 divided by 90. You have 8.66 divided by 19. The answer is 0.455. That is the ratio of sine A, but it is not yet final because this is only the ratio and not an angle. Alright, so we have to proceed to these steps. Using your calculator, just press shift sign and then the ratio, which is 0.455, and then press the equal sign and we can get the angle 27.11. Don't forget to write the degrees. That's how you're going to find the measure of an angle. Alright, so let's proceed to another part of this triangle. Since angle A is already solved, 27.11, so let's write down our answer for that. Do you think we can now solve for B? Because we already have here two given angles. Alright, so we can solve for B by using the very simple step. Just add these two angles, then subtract to 180, and then we can get the value of angle B. So just write down this formula: angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. So angle A is 27.11 plus the missing, which is angle B, plus the angle C, which is 120 degrees, equals 180 degrees. Just add 27 plus 120. The answer is 147.11 degrees plus angle B equivalent to 180 degrees. Now, by addition property of equality, so subtract both sides by 147.11. So we can solve for angle B by subtracting 180 degrees by 147.11 degrees. So let's subtract. So the angle B measures 32.88 degrees. Alright, so we already have the answer for angle B. It's 32.88 degrees. Alright, so if you want to check if your answer is correct, just add these three angles and you can get the measure, which is approximately 180 degrees. So another part of this triangle, let's recall first, this is 27.11. Angle B is 32.88. And the missing part is, the only missing part here is B. Alright, so we are going to solve for B. So we already have here almost complete given aside from B. So again, it's up to you which ratio you're going to use. You can use A, B. Of course, we're going to use B because it is automatically. Let's write that. So we have sine B over B equals any ratio. It's up to you if you're going to use C or A. So for me, I prefer to use C. Also, you can use the ratio of A because A here has a complete given. But I prefer to use C because it has no decimal. So we have sine C over C. After that, substitute your given. For angle B, we have 32.88 degrees over B, which is missing. We don't have any value for B. For sine C, C is equivalent to 120 degrees. And the side opposite to angle C is 19, or the value of C is 19. Alright, let's cross multiply 19. So multiply 19 to sine 32.88. So 19 times sine 32.88 degrees equals, cross multiply B into sine 120 degrees. Next, get the value of sine 32.88 using your calculator. That is 0.542. This is the value of sine 32.88. So on the other side, the value of sine 120, the answer is 0.866. Alright, so multiply 19 and 0.542. So it is 10.298. So multiply this one and we can get 10.298 equals B times 0.826. Alright, so to solve for B, divide both sides by 0.866. So we can cancel this one. And if you divide to this side, you also have to divide on the other side of the equation, 0.866. So B is equivalent to 10.298 divided by 0.866. The answer is 11.88. This is the answer for B. Alright? So, the three cases that we use the law of sine is the ASA, SAA, and the SSA case. Alright? Now, we're going to apply that in solving this problem. So, we're going to solve the distance between the ranger's tower, and the water tower. So, we form here a triangle, an oblique triangle. The angle in the water tower is 97 degrees. The angle in the ranger's tower is 34 degrees. And the distance between the object that is being burned is 150 degrees to water tower. So we are looking at this side of a triangle. So as you can see, the given here is this is an angle, another angle, and side, or SAA case. This is SAA case. Okay? So first, we have to identify this, since we already have here two given angles, which is 97 and 34, and we have to add these two angles. So let's denote the parts of this triangle as A, B, C. The opposite side of B is a small letter B. The opposite side of C is small c. The opposite side of A is small letter A. Alright, so let us solve for angle C. So we have angle A plus angle B plus angle C is 180 degrees. Angle A is 34 degrees. Angle B is 97 degrees plus angle C, which is missing, equivalent to 180 degrees. Now let's add 34 and 97. The answer is 131 degrees plus the angle C equals to 180 degrees. So by APE, so we're going to subtract both sides by 131 so that the 131 here will be equivalent to 0. So subtract to get angle C. The answer is 49 degrees. So we already find the angle for C, which is 49 degrees. Right, so we can now solve for the C, or the distance of the ranger's tower to the water tower. So that is sine C over C, because we denote that as C. This angle as C, and the opposite side to the angle C is C. And we can use this ratio because it has complete given. We cannot use this one because it has no given for B. So it is A, or sine A over A. For the angle of sine C, that is 49 degrees. And the value of C, or the opposite side, the angle C, it is missing. And sine A, the value of the angle A is 34 degrees. And the measure of side opposite to angle A is 150 degrees. All you have to do is to cross multiply R even. So 150 times sine 49 equals C times 34, sine 34. Alright, so get the value of this using your calculator. Sine 49, just press into your calculator the value of our angle, or the ratio of our angle in sine. So the answer is 0.754. So sine 49 is equivalent to 0.754 multiplied to 150 equals 3 times sine 34. Sine 34 is 0.559. Alright? So multiply these two numbers. 0.754 multiplied into 150. The answer is 113.1 equal to C times 0.559. And then divide both sides by the number beside C, which is 0.559, so that we can cancel that, and also the other side 0.559. Alright, so the answer for the value of E, divide 113.1 into 0.559, the answer that we can get is 202.33 feet, because the unit used in this problem is feet. This is the final answer. Alright, and that's it for the law of sine. Thank you for listening.